we met a few talented guys that all came together and we communicated through music, and that's what Planet Boom Bap's all about. It's about expressing yourself through music and using it as a force of unity between people that might not otherwise understand each other.
So how did everyone meet? That's a story I'd like to know, because everyone is on different spectrums of the age and living life a little more than some of the others in the band. How did you guys all meet up?
The two of the guys in the group, my drummer and Goldeneye, we're basically we're family. We've known each other for years and years and years, and so that's a given. And me and Goldeneye go way back, as far as we started out together rapping in a group called Masterminds, and we kind of had a spacey thing back then too, actually. But so everything came full circle. But I actually had an event at BGR. I think it was a charity event, and this was a few years ago, maybe about 2.5 years ago. And there was a instructor, professor, Mr. Wiley.
Yeah,
Dr. Wiley?
Dr. Willie.
Willie, okay.
Yeah, shout out
And he was actually, I thought it was Wiley, but he was actually, is he still here? Is he still here?
Yeah, he still works over there.
Okay, well, he was there actually at the show, and me and him started talking, and he was telling me about a paper that he was writing about sampling, the art of sampling. He was really impressed by the depth of the history of actually the art of sampling in hip hop. And so when the idea got brought forward between me and Goldeneye to actually start a band, he was one of the people I reached out to saying, hey, we need some members, some players to get involved here. And Nate got with us, and he's a whiz kid. His name says it all. His nickname we gave him because he's kind of like he kind of tailored the sound of Planet Boom Bap with his spacey keys that actually helps give us an identity. And we actually had another bass player, and things didn't work out, and it feels like it should have been this way from the beginning, because Zach is plugged in and he's on point, and he's like, our drummer, of course, the rhythm section, the drummer and the bass player hold us down every time. That's where the groove comes from, so yeah. Some are late additions, and then I actually reached out because I wanted to. So we played as a band for about a year, maybe almost 2 years, without a vocalist singing. Actually, 2 vocalists rapping, but not singing. And I was thinking one day, I was like, it would round out our sound and give us tickets to another level if we had a talented person with strong vocals to actually work with us and perform with us. So a couple friends of mine put out a call through social media, and Books, the Soul Scholar, came forth, and she fell right in line, and she rounded out our sound, and actually takes us up. Had so many people tell us that it kind of stepped us up, because there's people that might not listen to us with just the beats and the raps, but the vocals actually help us get into more sophisticated ears, I would say, maybe.
It definitely adds a little more flair, and your vocals are fantastic. It was so hard. I had to fluctuate a lot on the board because you hit those notes so powerful, and I'm like, I have it turned up for the guys pretty loud, and I got to turn it down low because you hit right where the pitch needs to be for everyone to listen. And I mean, the sound as a whole, you guys really groove off each other greatly. It's like you're all connected.
I think part of that comes from we joke around a lot. When we first started together, we didn't hang out as much as, well, we hang out online more than anything, but we're always trading jokes, and I think that gives us more of a family vibe. The more time we get to know each other and spend around each other, it makes the music easier to create and perform together, because once we get to know each other's personalities, and it's really good. It's like a family, really, to be honest.
And the musicians make it so easy too, as far as playing stuff. When we all get together, they come together, and everybody meshes well and gets on the same page. It's easy, and they're able to create nice grooves for us, and it all just comes together. It's just like a dance, or kind of like some interplanetary activity,
right?
Interstellar activity.
I really feel blessed. I don't think I really told guys, but I really appreciate it and feel blessed to be associated with people with so much talent and have access to this, because, like I said, I think it's a star alignment type thing, because it's not easy to hold together talented people. I've tried in the past to actually form bands, and I think that it was just the right time for everything to work. And I think the sky's the limit with us. I'm realistic about goals as far as the future. We have some events planned in the future, and we might want to connect with some management or something. But everything's independent right now, and I'm the one basically trying to hook up the events. But I think that what's unique about it is, you know, instead of us rapping over beats like we've done for years, I'm not downplaying that at all. That's the producers are crazy at what they do, great at that. But it's just, to me, the live music element puts us in a whole different category because we're able to do shows with other bands that might not necessarily be of the same genre. Yeah.
And it makes it, to me, it makes it more intimate. I mean, it's always like, you know, whether if you got a person playing instruments or if you got a person, you know, that's like mixing the beats on the spot with like some electronic music.
Right.
That stuff is a little more intimate than pressing play, you know, rapping. It's still a good vibe, still a good sound, but you guys, it's a more groove. It's got a good, you know, hook and everything to it. This would be a question for each of you guys. But what are your influences and inspirations that got you to where you are at now within the music scene?
Oh man, well, it didn't start with hip hop, but like I started listening to Metallica and that kind of stuff back in the day, and that's really what got me playing guitar and bass. But as far as hip hop goes, man, like Atmosphere, you know, I used to like KRS-One. You know, just a lot of, just all kinds of stuff, you know, like I think it's really important to take from all different branches, not just, you know, I want to listen to this brand of hip hop or, you know, this particular band. I think it's important to reach for the stars, so to speak, and, you know, grab all kinds of different influences for our sound.
Yeah, influences. Yeah, I started playing guitar when I was younger, and I got really into metalcore, and I did that for a while. And then I discovered Radiohead, and I was just like a huge Radiohead fan for like 5 years. Well, I still am.
We all are.
Yeah, we all are. That's right.
Me too.
Yeah. I think that's what gives me my spacey sound sometimes. What was I gonna say? Oh, I think they have some elements of hip hop in some of their stuff, and I think that kind of led me to listening to different kinds of hip hop.
So what hip hop influenced you? Like you say, you like the sound of that kind of like helps you with this.
Yeah, I think it was DJs and instrumentals where I first discovered like the intricacy.
Yes, that's the word.
Intricacy. I discovered the intricacy of the music.
Intricacy.
And yeah, I can't even remember which ones I listened to. I would just like browse YouTube all over and just listen to different ones.
We
And
couldn't
then, like,
browse
Atmosphere
YouTube when I
too.
was growing up.
What's that?
Said we didn't have YouTube to browse when I was growing up. It's called the cassette box.
Right?
Yeah, I have a daddy's
The
credit.
radios.
Yeah.
Yeah, with me, as far as my influences, I grew up listening to like Sam Cooke and the Four Tops and
Yes.
stuff like that. As far as hip hop goes, my hip hop influences, they pretty much, like Zach said, I believe in looking at a wide array of things, and the album that we're working on is actually a testament to that because we have. I tried to use different tempos and styles. When I went to the musicians and said, "Let's do this style of song, let's do that style of song," you know, we've got reggae influenced songs, we've got rock influenced songs. We try to keep everything far-reaching. As far as hip hop, I'd say '90s hip hop, Gangstar, Wu-Tang Clan. You know, some of the newer stuff. I mean, Kendrick Lamar is awesome. J. Cole. I listen to 2 Chainz, his new album.
I like Hov. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
Yeah,
put
Nas,
Nas,
you can't
I like
forget
Hov
Nas.
with Nas.
Yeah, I mean,
that's my
and
that's in
Biggie,
my
all
car
the
right
classics,
now.
you know, Tupac and all that.
Hov,
But
Nas,
there's a lot of
Appreciate
obscure stuff that I listen to too, as far as hip hop.
Curtis Mayfield, you know,
Yeah.
James Brown, that kind of stuff. Because that's what I listen to a lot more nowadays. Is people like Curtis Mayfield and Rick James. Because my hip hop identifies like with that, like a lot of the samples and a lot of the things, a lot of the funk.
It's like a
and,
precursor.
Yeah, so it's like it's not too far apart. So when I'm listening to hip hop and listening to say some funk or early blues or something like that, it's still all feel the same because the MCs to me of the 80s and 90s are like the funk musicians and the blues singers of our generation. You know, it's just like these are our instruments instead of us, picking up an old harmony or something, tuning it in, just practicing and learning, just which is something that I wish I would have done, in hindsight. But now being with Planet Boom Bap, we get the chance to bring all of that out. Like, take everything we've learned over the years with music, no matter how long it's been, if it's been 20 years or 10 years or whatever, and put it all together and express all of that and get that out. Our drummer likes to verify too. I gotta get that.
Yeah, I got a lot of influences, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, my old man was a drummer. He played.